What's good, ladies and gentlemen? This is your guy, Mr. Live, coming at you direct once again for week 2 of Monday Night Football. Second game we got, y'all. The Minnesota Vikings traveling to play the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, both of these teams got a win in week 1. I'm sure they're going to want to get a win also in week 2. Unfortunately, though, only one of them can do it. Which one's it going to be? Not sure. Let's go ahead and talk about it, y'all. All right, y'all. So this game is going to be taking place at Lincoln Financial Field at 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. The Philadelphia Eagles hosting the Minnesota Vikings. Let's take a look at what they did in week 1 and what they possibly might do in week 2, starting with the away team, the Minnesota Vikings. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. In week 1, Minnesota played the Green Bay Packers, a division rival, and they did get the W in that game, 23-7. Kirk Cousins had a pretty good game. He was 23 for 32, throwing for 277 yards and 2 touchdowns. Dalvin Cook on the ground had 20 carries for 90 yards. Unfortunately, though, he was held out of the end zone. Justin Jefferson, man, what can I say about Justin Jefferson that hasn't already been said by somebody else? 9 receptions for 184 yards and 2 touchdowns. Absolutely monster game. Killed it on week 1. Just absolutely dominating. Although Justin Jefferson was a standout wide receiver, Kirk Cousins, he managed to get the ball around. Thielen had 3 receptions, Cook had 3 receptions, and a couple other receivers had some receptions in the game, man. So Kirk Cousins was sharing the ball, and when you have a receiver like Jefferson out there, he's just going to pull the double team and cause defenses to pay him attention. So that's going to give one-on-ones to your other wideouts and your running backs and your tight ends, and it's just going to make life easier for the quarterback. Also, with the new offensive coordinator there, I think we're really seeing the benefits that the Vikings are getting from adding him to their coaching staff. I'm sure they're pleased with it, and it's going to be exciting to see what they do in week 2 against the Eagles. As for their defense, I think their defense played a hell of a game also against Green Bay, holding them to only 7 points. They shut Green Bay out in the first half, played a really good football game. I'm sure they're not satisfied. I'm sure they want to build on it still. Continue that momentum of game 1. I think a lot of people always write off the Vikings, and they might have something to say this year. Week 2 against the Eagles should be a good test. We shall see. Let's go ahead and turn our focus over to that team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and see what they did in week 1. All right, so in week 1, the Philadelphia Eagles played the Detroit Lions. They did get the win, 38-35. In the end, it was a close game. Jalen Hurts threw for 243 yards and went 18 for 32, but had no touchdowns. Miles Sanders on the ground had 13 carries for 96 yards. Jalen Hurts with his legs also carried the ball 17 times for 90 yards. So definitely contributed to the run game. Sanders, Hurts both had a touchdown each on the ground. A.J. Brown in his first game for the Eagles had 10 receptions, 155 yards, so a hell of a game. I think the Eagles showed that they were able to not only score points, but hold off a team for the win in week 1. So that's definitely going to help them at the start of the season. Just giving them that confidence that they're able to put points on the board. And like I said, stop the other team also. I think Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown have a little bit of a connection going. And A.J. Brown coming over to the Eagles and being the all-star receiver they thought they traded for and they're getting. So that deal looks like it's going to pay off for them. And I'm sure their fans and Hurts are very happy to have him on their side. I'm sure the rest of the players on the offense are happy to have him also. Like Jefferson on the other side, defense has got to pay special attention to this guy and make sure that they know where he's at on the field at all times, making sure that they're probably sliding coverages over, which will give your other receivers, tight ends, and running backs one-on-ones, allowing Jalen Hurts to get the ball where he needs to. And with the running game showing up like it did in week 1, this team might be hard to beat. Sanders and Hurts basically going for 100 each. That's a good showing. Some might say they were playing the Detroit Lions, who didn't have the best of seasons in 2001. Nevertheless, it is week 1. I feel like all teams are well rested and they're going to come out and play some of their best ball in week 1. So they were still able to do that. The Minnesota Vikings, I do believe, have a much better defense than the Detroit Lions. So we'll see if they're able to do the same thing Monday night. Should be a good showing. Let's go ahead and get to the predictions, see how this game is going to break down and who I think is going to win this one. All right, y'all. So game 2 of Monday Night Football. Who am I going to be taking here? The Vikings, the Eagles. Which team is it? Which teams are going to be? I got to say, first off, I think both of these teams are pretty evenly matched. I think they're going to be coming out Monday night and playing a good football game. They both started off week 1 with W's, so they're not going to want to lose. They're both going to want to start off the season 2-0. However, out of the two teams, I think one of them has a slight edge. And that team, I think, is going to be the Minnesota Vikings. I think the Minnesota Vikings have the slight edge for two reasons. One being that defense. I think that defense is good enough to slow the Philadelphia offense down a little bit, get in Jalen Hurts' face, and disrupt AJ Brown enough to not allow him to score enough points to where their offense is able to capitalize on the Philly defense. And their offense, like I said, is going to be able to capitalize because of that offensive coordinator I think they brought over. This offense looks different. Kirk Cousins looks comfortable in his passing game. I think he has a command on this offense, understanding it. Although it's his first year, I think it's showing up. I could be wrong. Maybe week one was a fluke. Who knows? But he has Justin Jefferson, and we all know what type of receiver he is and what he does for that team. So those are the two reasons why I'm going with the Vikings, man. If you think I'm right about this, let me know. And if you think I'm wrong about it, definitely let me know, man. Tell me your thoughts, your opinions down below in the comments. Let's talk about this game. Let me know who you got or what you think. As always, though, if you did enjoy the video, hit that thumbs up, man. I really would appreciate it. Drop that comment below or follow your boy for more videos like this. Gonna be dropping these videos for every Monday night, Sunday night, and Thursday night games all season long. So as always, like I said, follow your boy. But other than that, man, have a little fun. We'll catch you on the next one, man. Peace out.